Welcome into the recap of the Cubs' 6-3 loss to the Washington Nationals Sunday afternoon at Wrigley Field. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at Wintrust. Get your very own Cubs checking account at wintrust.com/Cubs or click the QR code on your screen. That's an awful loss. And that's what happens when at the deadline you prospect hoard, to the degree that you don't get an established closer on a team at that point that knew we're probably going to the postseason. And guess what? It's wide open in the National League to get to the World Series. Wide open. Doesn't mean you're going to get there, but it doesn't mean you're not. And you decide, according to your general manager, Carter Hawkins, well, we have to worry about the 2025 Cubs as much as the 2032 Cubs. And that's what happens when Philly goes and gets Joan Duran from Minnesota, or Helsley from the Cardinals goes out east, or the Yankees add a bunch of guys, and you don't. That's what happens. And today, it came back to bite you yet again. Let's get into it. It's all brought to you by our great partners at Tasty Trade. Stocks, crypto, options, futures, whatever you trade, you should do it at tastytrade.com. That's a pathetic loss. To lose 2 of 3 at home to the awful Washington Nationals, awful. And you take a 3-1 lead into the top of the 9th, and your closer gets lit up. Embarrassing. Pathetic. That's what it was. And that's what happens when you don't push your chips in when you have a chance to win. And as a fan, you should be furious. Just keep packing the ballpark. Just keep spending your money. But guess what? When you got a chance to win, they're not going to push the chips all in. And that sucks as a fan. Let's get into it. I'll take you through exactly what happened. Bottom of the second, Carson Kelly home run, his 15th. He's had a very nice season for the Cubs. 1-0. Top 5, House out on a sac fly. That brings in the game tire. It's 1-1. Bottom 5, Say a base hit to left. That brings home Nico. 2-1 Cubs. But the offense just did not get a lot going against a very mediocre Washington National pitching staff. In the 8th, Carson Kelly, his 16th. So it's 3-1 going to the top of the 9th. And then Hassel homers. Now it's a 3-2 ball game. Josh Bell, 3-run home run. Now they've got the lead. And then House sack fly. That brings in Dalen Lyle, who had tripled. 6-3. There's your ball game. Hey, Craig, at some point, as I take you all through the 9th inning, did it ever dawn on you that maybe, just maybe, Daniel Palencia didn't look very good? Here's how the 9th inning went down. Hassel homers. There's the first batter. Abrams singles. It was a little dribbler. C.J. Abrams gets to first. James Wood walks. At some point, did you go, home run, single, walk, and he just didn't look comfortable? Didn't even think about, maybe I should take him out now? He sends Tommy Hotovy out, and not much he can do because Josh Bell pinch hitting. Josh Bell gone to left center. 3-run bomb. Do you think then, wow, he really doesn't have it, I should take him out? Nope. Now he lets Lyle triple the deep right field. He gets a strikeout, an intentional walk. He says he was injured. He had to come out there after the triple. And in the end, they deposit a 6-3 loss at your doorstep. And that loss sucks. Let's take a look at the starting pitching matchup that we like to call Winging It, brought to you by our great partners at Hooters, 11 Chicago area locations. They went with Alvarez, 4 2/3, 3 hits. You got 3 hits. 3 hits against this dude. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing? And he punched out 2 and walked 3. For the Cubs, they used Pomeranz as an opener. And he gave you a perfect inning with 2 Ks. And then Colin Ray was excellent. 5 1/3 of 3 hit, 1 run, 6 K, no walk baseball. Thielbar was very good. Brad Keller was lights out. Palencia didn't retire a batter. 4 hits, 5 runs, all earned, no Ks, a walk, and 2 home runs. Porter Hodge finished it up. Player of the game, I'll give it to Josh Bell. He had a 3-run home run to win a ball game. That's good enough to be the apt player of the game. ABT.com, there's your promo code. Now, the look ahead, the look ahead's not pretty because you struggled with Atlanta here. You just lost 2 of 3 to a lousy Washington Nationals team. And guess what? Now you got to go to Atlanta and then come home and play a weekend series next weekend in Chicago against a pretty gutty, very, very good fundamental Tampa Bay Rays team. That is our Studio 41 look ahead, brought to you by our great partners at Studio 41 Home Remodeling Showroom. They have 13 locations, studio41.com. Craig, Cubs, that loss stinks because guess what? At the deadline, that's what happens when you don't go all in, when you have a team that has a chance. Take that.